All right, man, we back. Mercy Sports Talk, kind of giving my favorite fantasy players from the Lions Chargers game. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And I have a feeling it'll be a nice scoring game. All right, they on turf. Los Angeles got some injuries. We possibly can have some injuries. Left tackle Taylor Decker's out. Don't expect Davis or Deshaun Hand to play again this week. And it's an interesting game to pick from. Now, if you playing daily fantasy, might have a lot of value plays. If you in need in standard fantasy leagues, you might have some guys that's still on the free agent pool, or maybe you have some guys at the bottom of your roster who I like this game. Looking at Los Angeles, I like Phillip Rivers. Not sure if Mike Williams is going to play. That's something you got to look at down the wire. But I think I'm not sure if the Lions are going to have Darius Slay shadow Keenan Allen. He plays outside and inside. But if that's the case, I like Mike Williams a lot. I like a stack between Mike Williams and Phillip Rivers. If Mike Williams play, I like his matchup versus Rashawn Melvin. I love that matchup for Los Angeles. I think Phillip Rivers is going to do solid. I think he could project you around at least 20 points. I think is his floor. His ceiling, I think his ceiling on turf is around 30, maybe 30, 35 points, depending on your league rules. But if Slay is not going to follow Keenan Allen around, which he didn't follow Larry Fitzgerald until critical moments, he going to stay on that left side, then I love, if you got the balls to do it, I love the Rivers, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and maybe even Austin Eckler. It's another guy I love. I like Eckler because he got big playability. He can run the ball. He might even get some goal line touches. Usually go to the bigger back, which is Justin Jackson. We all know Melvin Gordon not playing. But Eckler is a problem in the screen game. He's a problem in the receiving game. And he going to get a few rushes as well. So I like that, man. Sleeper play from Los Angeles. I keep calling him San Diego. Sleeper play. The Lions didn't have much of a fit or much of a fight from the tight end last week. Arizona didn't throw Charles Clay, but won the ball. So they didn't feature the tight end in that air raid type of offense, and they didn't have much success. I don't even think he's seen the field and routes a lot, Charles Clay, he's a pretty good tight end. Hunter Henry out. Virgil Green has played some in this league. I think Virgil Green and Justin Jackson are my sleeper plays from Los Angeles. I do think they're my sleeper plays. Justin Jackson, running back from Northwestern, bigger back, to run. The one thing I wouldn't play from Los Angeles this week, it's interesting. I wouldn't play the defense. I kind of say I wouldn't play the defense this week. I just would caution on that. They get sacks though. They might end up with 6 or 7 sacks this week. If Darrell Bevel drop back, Stafford 45 times, you can book at least 5 or 6 sacks for them. So that's 5 or 6 points. But at the very worst, I expect the Lions to get in the end zone. Maybe if it's a blowout, and pad their stats at the end and take your points. So I really think it's better defense to go with. They could have a successful defensive day. Lions not explosive and never really put the ball in the end zone. But I just fade the defense. Pass rush on the road, missing their best safety. I would fade them, in my opinion, in this matchup. But so my lock is going to be Keenan Allen. He's going to be my lock. I like Phillip Rivers. I like Eckler. If Mike Williams play, I love Mike Williams as well. Don't like the defense. Sleeper is Justin Jackson and Mike Williams. Now, looking from the Detroit Lions point of view, Kerryon Johnson. I think they're going to find a way to give him the ball. That's my lock for the Lions. Last week, the Colts got 175 yards on the ground to the Los Angeles Chargers, and they was at home. So Kerryon on turf, I think if the Lions win this game, which I project them to win this game, is going to be because they run the ball north and south with success. And if the Lions don't run the ball with success versus the Chargers, then I think it's going to be a long, grueling, abusive season for the Lions. Matthew Stafford, another guy. If the price is right on FanDuel or DraftKings, and he at home, he on turf against a great pass rush, I think if the Lions win, it's going to be because of the rushing. But he might be able to throw a couple touchdowns off play action or in the red zone. But I'm not opposed to playing him, but I'm really not locking him in, to be honest. But he's a good play. T.J. Hockenson. Chargers did a good job versus tight ends last week. Jack Doyle had one catch for 20 yards. Eric Ebron had one catch for 8 yards. So don't really know how to read into that. I don't know how successful Jacoby Brissett is throwing the tight ends. I know Andrew Luck had a ton of success. Had that been Andrew Luck a quarterback and they had that type of success throwing the tight ends, but not that much success, then I would tell you to fade Hockenson. But I like Hockenson this week as well. My sleeper pick for the Lions is going to be C.J. Anderson. I like C.J. Anderson. Like I said, they gave up a ton of rushing yards. I think Anderson may be the beneficiary of Kerryon Johnson getting him down to the red zone, him knocking it in to the end zone as well. So I like that. My fade for the Lions this week, probably the receivers. I'll fade the receivers. I fade the defense. But my most definitely fade is probably going to be the receivers this week, at least the outside receivers, Marvin Jones and Galladay, until they prove something. They didn't do nothing versus Arizona's receivers. Desmond King going to be matched up on Danny Amendola in the slot. That's another. I like Amendola again this week too. I like Amendola, but until Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay show me something in the receiving game, and the Lions show that they can put the ball in the red zone and put it in the end zone. I fade them. I think he's more comfortable throwing to Amendola. I don't know if it's Galladay and Jones just can't beat their receivers on the outside, or Stafford just having problems getting to them. But I'm fading the receivers. I'm fading the Lions defense Sunday. You know what? I fade the receivers. The defense, I'm more on the fade side with it. I think the D-line will be a little bit more, have more stamina, and they don't have to run and catch Kyler Murray around. But I'm not that confident in the defense. I'm even more not confident in the outside receivers. But I like Amendola. I like Kerryon a lot. Stafford, he okay if you don't have no other choice. Hockenson, I'm pretty good with him. Anderson is my lock. My fade is the two outside receivers for the Lions until they prove they do something. They may very well prove to do something. You might like their price on FanDuel and DraftKings. It might just say, hey, might be a 1 p.m. only. You might rock with it. But I like Kerryon. I like Hockenson. I like Amendola. Stafford is, But, Stafford, at the end, bare minimum, he's going to pad his stats and get a couple garbage touchdowns. So I think it's more better quarterbacks to go with. But fading outside receivers. Defense is at your own risk, in my opinion. But just a few plays I like. But yeah, I like the running backs for the Lions. I really do. Lock them in. Lock Kerryon in, and especially C.J. Anderson for his price on daily. He probably like 5,000, 5,300 on daily fantasy. I mean, I don't think you're going to find too many better prices than that. But if the Lions don't have success running the ball this week, and they don't have success on the outside with their receivers, man, I just think it's going to be a long, long season. But the other thing I've seen is Stafford had like top 5 yardage attempts. So he took a lot of deep shots last Sunday, against Arizona. But this is a different secondary. Hayward, one of the better corners. Desmond King, one of the better nickel corners. They don't have Derwin James at all. So, maybe Stafford can have some success. We said the same thing versus Arizona last week, but we'll see. Love the Lions running backs. Lock them in. Love Keenan Allen. Lock them in. Eckler, think he a good player as well. I think the running backs this game. So, if you want to listen to me, running backs. But the quarterbacks, I'm more confident in Phillip Rivers and Stafford this week. But I'm not that too much confident in him neither. I think the Lions pass rush might have some success and the Chargers pass rush. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Fantasy advice for the Lions Chargers game. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the links in the description. Want to make a donation? That link's in the description as well. Appreciate that love, support. Share the videos. Best way to help the channel out. Let me know what you think. You got any fantasy advice in the comment section? We gone.